analyzing a supermarket data set will actually give a kind of leverage into looking at how to make decision on your business with data sets, how to make decision with how to make your business decision with data sets. So that will give you a kind of leverage. However, I felt that as much as that will be, as good as that will be, I might just be confined to an extent. Confined in the sense that I'll be confined to teaching just about charts, about graphs, about possibly pivot table. Yeah, possibly. And then maybe I'm not so sure, but then maybe Power Query. Maybe I'm using the word maybe Power Query so that we can use that to load our data sets. But then I felt if you know how to use charts and you don't know how to use some fundamental some fundamental tools, some fundamental functions on Excel, it might not really do you well. Yeah, it might not really, it might not really be too palatable. Yeah, let me use that word. Please, I don't know. I can still access my WhatsApp, but then if you don't mind, okay, so sorry. I think I'm the only one that have access to the to the WhatsApp page at the moment. I wanted to say if you that maybe someone can just pause others and remind them that the class has started. So let me just try and do that now from my own end. So we have so we are waiting for you for you guys on the call. Okay, I think I'm seeing messages already. Hello, KP. I'm seeing a lot of messages already. Okay, that's fine. So thank you. So I was saying that that's that's that would actually have made a lot of sense. However, so that your basic knowledge of data analytics can be solid right from the onset. That is why I said, okay, let's see how we can go about that. So, but then briefly before this, let's see what we have in mind for today. Let's see what we have in mind for today. So, so this is a training presentation. This is a training presentation, and then what we'll be looking at in the training, we'll be looking at some basic things. We'll be having a kind of brief introduction. We'll be having a brief introduction, and then after that, we'll be looking at the theories of data analytics. We'll be looking at the theory of data analytics. We'll be looking at what makes a good data analyst. What makes a good data analyst? Two things makes a good data analyst. Two things. But then we look at that later. Then we'll be having a kind of live analysis session. We'll be having a live analysis session, and then after our live analysis session, we'll be having question and answer session. We'll be having question and answer session. So as a means of brief introduction, my name is Victor Kolapo. That's my name. My name is Victor Kolapo, and then I'm a graduate of Obafemi Awolowo University, where I studied quantity surveying. So the truth is, I have been using Excel as far back as I can't even remember. Possibly, let's say 2012, as maybe that's when I can still remember 2012. So that's roughly about 12 years ago. That's probably about 12 years ago. That's when I've been using Excel, and the fact that the course I studied also helped me to be able to leverage on some things on Excel. Because of that, I had to create more times for Excel. However, that does not make me made me a good data analyst. That did not. So immediately after my schooling, I furthered my education with Corporate Affairs Institute, where I learned financial modeling and valuation analysis. And then under that was where they taught us statistics. It's Corporate Finance Institute, the institute in Canada. That's where they taught us statistics. Where they taught us how to get started with data, how to get started with data, and then and and so, after that I did another course with them, that is business intelligence and data analysis. Business intelligence and data analysis. So that is where they actually train us on what business intelligence means, what how to drive business insights, and that was where I got most of my certifications, whether it's Excel, Tableau, Power BI, Python, and so on, statistics, and so on and so forth. So with that, I've been able to actually gather a lot of knowledge in data analytics. At the moment, I'm running a kind of partnership deal with a real estate company where I actually manage their database. Anyway, it's not something I want to go into details about, because the truth is your client's information or some projects you are working on at some times might actually be very might actually be kind of how should I use it? Confidential. Yeah, that's the word. Might actually be confidential. It's not all your client information that you actually put on the surface. So with that, I've been able to actually navigate through and see position very well in the data analytics field. Anyway, I don't want to bore you with so much talks. And then because I want us to have very ample time when we get to our data analytics section. So now I want to share some quotes with us. I want to share some quotes with us. Now, the first one says that without informations, without informations, things are done arbitrarily, and one become unsure of whether a policy or program will fail or succeed. If we allow our policies to be guided by empirical facts and data, there will be a noticeable change in the impact of what we do. This this was a quote by national level policymakers, and what this quote is talking about is the fact that if we allow our decisions to be guided by empirical facts and data, there will be a noticeable change in the impact of what we do. So, which means that to have a great impact, to have the maximum impact, to have the best impact, then what should guide us? It is empirical facts and data. It is empirical facts and data. Okay, another quote is that data analytics is the future, and the future is now. Every mouse click, keyboard button press, swipe, or tabs is used to shape business decision. Everything is about data these days. Data is information, and information is power. So what this particular quote is saying is that all decisions now are actually majorly data driven. Most decisions now are what? Are actually data driven. So we should learn that, because we are in a generation now that most of the decisions they are taking, that is what actually shaping our business. So whether you are a business owner, you are in a very good place at the moment, because you will be able to use the power of data to actually shaping your business. Okay, if you are not a business owner, if you are in the employment world, and then in the employment world you are looking for how to leverage data, either to make your work flow easy, or you are looking to transit into data analysis as a career, yeah, fantastic, you're in a very good place. Because the truth is, every company wants someone that will help them to make informed decision. Every company wants someone that will guide them through. Companies don't want to take decisions blindly again. Companies don't want to do what? They don't want to take decisions blindly again. So I still have some other quotes. Another quote says, without big data analytics, companies are blind and deaf, wandering out into the web like bears on a freeway. Without big data analytics, companies are blind and deaf, wandering out into the web like a deer on a freeway. So this is one of the major reasons why companies are actually running after data analysts. This is actually one of the major reasons why companies are running after data analysts. Why? Because they know that without a data analyst on their team, their company is actually blind. They know that without data analysts on their team, they know that they are only taking decision based on instinct. And the truth is, companies owners don't want to gamble with their company again. They don't want to gamble again. They don't want to work based on intuition again. You know, any discussion you are having with a company that is based on just mouth talk. Oh, I have done this for company A before, and then when I did it for them, they are able to. They are, sorry, please. Who is that? Please, please. As much as possible, let everybody always mute their mic, except we are in the question and answer session, please, so that we will not get the whole class distracted.
Yes.
Okay, I think the person mic is still off. It's still on rather. Okay, it's not off. Thank you so much. So I was saying that Godfred is a management consultant and author of the crossing the charms. So after his many years in consultation, he was able to say that without someone giving you an insight based on data, guys, you are actually blind. You don't know what is going on. What you are doing is that you are gambling with your life. You are gambling with your business. So because of that, about at the moment, about 80% of companies are actually now well educated about what data analytics means. And the truth is, they are running after data analysts. They are running after data analysts. According to statistics, at the moment, the rate of data analytics growth is projected to be about 25% by the year 2029. According to statistics, growth of data analysts is projected to be at 25%. And then the truth is 25%. Wow, that's a very fantastic one. That shows us that the demand for data analysts out there is actually quite on the high side. Demand for data analysts over there is actually quite on the high side. So even if you are looking to transit into data analysis as a career, you are making a very wise choice. However, if you are not looking at transiting into data analysis, you are just trying to see how you can leverage your data analysis on your present field to make your workflow easy. That is fantastic. That means that you have your reason. Another quote says that information is the oil of the 21st century, and we are now, and said analytics is a combustion engine. Analysis is a combustion engine. At times, you can have information and you don't even know what to do with your information. That's the truth. At times, you can have information, you don't know what to do with your information, and the reason for that is because you don't know how to draw insight from it, and that is why data analysis is there for you. Data analysis help you to make data-driven decision. You don't make decision based on instinct. You don't make a decision based on intuition. You don't make decision based on what you feel like. And the truth is, let's assume that you are working with a company, and the name of the company is Kolapo and Sons Limited, and you worked with the company as their manager for 5 years. And in your 5 years, when you are getting on board, let's assume that their revenue at that particular point in time is 40 million naira per annum. That's their revenue, 40 million naira per annum. And then after your 5 years, you are able to increase the revenue of Kolapo and Sons from 40 million naira per annum to, let's say, 150 million naira per annum. Wow, that is fantastic. Even if anybody is saying that on your CV, wow, you did this. Wow, that's fantastic. So they will want you to come on board for them so that they can also have the same results. However, the truth is, it does not work like that. It does not work like that. What works for Kolapo and Sons, when you get to Danlare and Sons, it might not work. Why? Because number one, their target audience differs. Their target audience is differs. Their products, it might differ. Their product might differ. In fact, what the tools they are using might differ. So many things in the fast. So at that particular point in time, the best decisions to make is to get their data over the year and then analyze it to see how their workflow has been. And with that, you can help them with decision making. Another thing is, it is a capital mistake to theorize before one has data. Don't live on theory. In fact, in your day-to-day activities, don't live on theory. Study yourself over time. In fact, one of the tests we put ourselves into is that you study yourself. You study. Oh, if I'm waking up by 5, okay, I'm waking up by 5 for a month, and then I notice that maybe 5 to 6, I am very productive. The truth is, all of us, to an extent, we are analyzing data to an extent, but then we are not very deliberate about it. So if you can tell someone, wait, I have noticed for the past 5 months, when I wake up when I wake up by 5, I tend to be more productive. I can read from 5 to 6, and then from 6 to 6:30, I can have my this. From this time to that time, I can have my that. Wow! So you are doing all this. Wow, that's fantastic. That is fantastic. That is you actually working with the data, what you have studied about yourself over time. So it is a capital mistake to theorize before one has data. And lastly, from quote, we are surrounded by data but starved for insights. We are surrounded by data but starved for insights. Data is everywhere. That's the truth. Data is everywhere. It is just a matter of, are you maximizing the data you have access to? That's the question. Data is everywhere. Data is everywhere. Everyone has data in a way or the other, but then it takes diligence. It takes, should I say, deliberacy? Yeah, that's the word. It takes being deliberate to know or to maximize the data that you have. It takes being deliberate to maximize the data that you have. So data is everywhere. Yeah, that's the truth. Data is everywhere. So from there, we want to look at the theory of data analytics. What data analytics actually means. I know, yeah, maybe most people on the call, they've heard the word data analytics before, maybe to an extent. Um, to an extent, you have been involved in data analytics before, or possibly you are maybe an accounting student, and you know that, oh, they said accountants, for you to actually make way, for you to actually be very good on that field out there, if you have knowledge of data analysis, you are actually on the right path. Oh yeah, that is good. That is good. However, what does data analytics mean itself? So, data analytics, according to what I wrote here, is a process of examining, cleaning, transforming, and interpreting raw data with the aim of deriving insight from it. Data analytics is the process of examining, cleaning, transforming, and interpreting raw data with the aim of deriving useful insights and making what? Informed decision. And making informed decision. So that is to say, for you to make an informed decision, for you not to gamble your life, for you not to gamble things away, you have to analyze data. Or better put, you have to weigh your options. You have to weigh your options. When I'm setting out in data analytics, one of the Bible verses that actually dropped in my, don't mind me, just outside context for now. One of the Bible verses that actually dropped in my mind was book of Proverbs chapter 14 verse 15. Proverbs 14:15. In the later part of it, okay, in the beginning part of it, it was saying that the simple believeth everything, every word. The simple believes every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. The simple believeth every word, but what? But the prudent man looketh where to his going. Another verse, another version of it, another version use this word better. Let me see if I can get another version of this. Okay, another version says, the simple believe anything. The simple believe anything, but the prudent give thought to their steps. The simple believe everything, but the prudent give thought to their steps. So the prudent giving thought to their steps is a way of the prudent analyzing or weighing their option. That is simple way of saying data analysis. That is a simple way of saying that the prudent man actually did what? He had data and he analyzed his data before he takes his decision. So that is a data-driven decision. That is you making decision from an informed standpoint, not you just making any decision. It is you making decision from an informed standpoint. So data analytics, just like we said, is process of examining, cleaning, transforming, and interpreting raw data with the aim of deriving useful insights and doing what? And making informed decision. I want to quickly run out of the theory class. In a way, theory class always bore me. In a way, and then that is the truth. Yeah, but then we need to learn. We need to understand some basics. We need to understand some basics. Oh, I think I made a mistake. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We need to understand some basics. I made a mistake. I'm not using the upgraded plan for this call. Please, you will permit me to immediately it remains 10 minutes. I will change and I will drop the new link on the group page immediately. I thought I'm using the upgraded version. That's why I'm actually very comfortable. I'm trying to test run and I've forgotten that. I've forgotten. So please just bear with me for that. So, but then before that, let's see approaches in data analytics. We have something we call approaches, or let's say pattern in data analytics. And then we said data analytics encompasses a range of approaches, including number one thing is descriptive analytics. Descriptive analysis. When you're talking about your descriptive analysis, it focuses on summarizing data to understand what actually happened. If you want to know what happened in your business or what happens in the man's business that you have been managing, you want to understand what is actually happening in the business. What you do at that particular point in time is what we call descriptive analysis. You summarize. Oh, sir, over the year, I noticed we made 5,000 sales. And in the 5,000s, most of those sales, they are coming from clothing. We notice that the clothing material in the company is actually selling higher than electronics. So only from clothing, we are able to make a total profit of 1.5 million naira. And then after but then the total revenue we are able to gather is about 120 million naira. That is you giving a kind of description, a kind of report of what actually happened. That is descriptive analysis. So when you are running your own business and you want to see, oh, how am I making sales? Oh, in 2023, okay, I was able to sell 15 weeks. And then out of the 15 weeks, maybe, okay, the average price I sold each of them is, let's say, 350,000 naira. Oh, okay, so out of this, how much is my own profit? How much was my capital? How much is this? How much is that? Wow, you are able to know that for yourself, to know how your business is doing at the moment. Wow, that is fantastic. That's what we call descriptive analysis. You are trying to describe what has actually happened in your business. So another one that we need to understand is diagnostic analytics. So when you diagnose, that means that you want to understand why some things happen. For example, initially when you studied, possibly you studied that in 2022 you made you in your business, in your local business, as small as it is, let's say you sold, you had a revenue of, let's say, 600,000 naira. We are just assuming you had a total profit in 2022 of 600,000 naira. In 2023, it's dropped to 450,000 naira. And you're like, what happened? Why will my profits drop from this and that? Who are the clients that left? That left? Why did they leave? Why? So you are asking yourself the question of why. You're asking yourself the question of why your sales drops. You're asking yourself the question of what is happening. What is happening? Why am I having the kind of, I'm supposed to be having increase in sales? I'm supposed to grow from 600,000 naira to 1.5 million naira. But then this guy is coming down. So on that part, most of the time, the analysis we always conduct there is what we call churn analysis. The analysis we always conduct over there is churn analysis. When you're conducting your churn analysis, you tend to know why your customers are leaving. And it is not only you as a business owner that conducts that. Businesses, if you are looking at going building your career in data analytics, and you want your business, you want to help that business, you want to be able to convince them to hire you, one of the best guys you need to know is your churn analysis. You need to be able to tell the company sold something of about $5,000. Something is wrong, sir. The year before we sold something of $10,000. Oh, so sir, we need to watch this. Something's actually happening. So when you are able to tell your when you are able to tell the business owner that, the business owner, wow, this guy has my business in mind. So and then you are now talking from facts. Oh, sir, I noticed that in all our products, one of our products is actually not doing well again. Possibly, I think it is because since you don't need to be thinking in data analytics, you are not thinking, you are analyzing. You're saying, oh, sir, I noticed that we increased the price of this product from 5,000 naira to 7,500 naira, and then because of that, many people that have been buying this product, they have stopped buying it. So then you can now do a kind of market analysis of your competition, or to see alternative that your customers have. Oh, sir, another thing I noticed is that this product, because we raised the bar to 7,500 naira, there's a new company that they are selling it at 5,500 naira at the moment, an alternative product. So most of our customers are now going to the alternative product as against our product, which is the reason why we have that drastic fall in price. So if you are telling an employer that and you are showing them the raw facts, wow, that is fantastic. In fact, I'll be ready to dash you my business. Okay, that's on the lighter mood. But then I'll be ready to trust you with decision making in my business, because you are talking from raw facts. You are talking from an informed decision. You are not gambling with his business. You are not saying, sir, I think we should reduce our price. Oh, sir, we are not. I think we should do that. You should not be thinking. You should be telling the client or your employer or anybody you are working with, this is what is happening. This is why this thing is happening. This is what is going on in the business. So another thing we have is predictive analysis. Predictive analysis. When you are predicting, this predictive analysis, at times, if you want to analyze your crypto market, your forex market, your Bitcoin market, what we use most time is what we call predictive analysis. You are trying to forecast the future outcome of some things. When I had one of the class I had with my student then. One of the things we checked was with a kind of sales. We checked a kind of company sales over the time, and then we are able to draw our bar. We are able to draw our resistance zone. We are able to draw our support zone. We are able to see how our products are actually diagonally between. And then when we have our up price, okay, so this is the trend line. This is our projection that, okay, this guy is coming down now. By next year, it should be going towards this price. That's what we call predictive analysis. And to do that, you need to gather the data of the company or of your business over the year. You need to gather the data of the company or of the business. If you are running a supermarket, very fine, very good. Like, in a way, I one of the example I do use for my students is possibly a pharmaceutical store. That's one of the examples I do use for my student, a pharmaceutical store. And then in a pharmaceutical store, a pharmacist has a lot of drugs. So the question is that a pharmacist can just wake up today and say, "Oh, I want to stock up my store," and then you just go to market, you buy a lot of drugs, put everything inside the pharmaceutical store, and then some drugs within 1 month you sold everything. Some drugs 2 months they are still there, 3 months they are still there, and then possibly after the 6 months you are able to sell them off. Whereas some drugs you've bought them like 2, 3, 4 times already. So if you can analyze the trend of demand for your store, you will not tie money down on some products that will not be selling at the moment. We have some products that we call best selling products. So you need to know the best selling products. We have some products that we call seasonal products. You need to know that. And how you can know that is by analyzing your data. You need to see, oh, this particular product always sells more in July. So you know that by July, you will stock more of that product. This product is all-time product. So all those kind of all-time products, you always have them. So you won't finish one product before you start restocking again. You know that, I'm getting to a season where this product will be in demand. So with that, you'll be well prepared. And then the truth is, to an extent, it will have positive impact on your business. Okay, we are still going into analytics. So, and lastly, we have prescriptive analytics. We have prescriptive analysis. Under your prescriptive analysis, what it does is that it suggests actions to optimize outcomes. So just like you are prescribing drugs, you are telling them, oh, this is what according to our analytics, this is what we work. This is what we work. This is what we work. And then with that, you are good to go. This is what we work. So you are prescribing for the company. You are giving the company insight on what to do, how to go about their business. So without much ado, we have some analysis tools that we use. We have some analytics tools that we use. I want to try and so much to finish this theoretical part in this, so that by the time we jump on the next session, we just have a little break. By the time we just jump on the next session, we just dive into our practical session once and for all. Go to our Excel sheet and see how our Excel will work. Okay, so for this, we have a lot of data analytics tools. We have Tableau, we have Power BI, we have Excel, we have QuickView, we have SAS, we have Looker, we have R, we have Python, we have Jupyter Notes, we have Domo, we have iSense, we have Spotfire. We have a lot of tools. We have a lot. However, some tools are called data visualization tools. Some tools are called data visualization tools. The most common in those are our Power BI and our Tableau. They help you to visualize. Excel can also visualize, but then the truth is, it is not as sweet as you are visualizing on Power BI or Tableau. We have what we call querying language. We have what we call querying language also. Under our querying language, that is where we have our SQL to query. That's where we have our SQL. So we have these tools for different purpose. However, the truth is, you don't need to learn all these tools. You only need to know the tools that are in demand in market. You don't need to learn all these tools. Just know the tools. The most common tools always in job advert here. You have your Excel. You need a proper knowledge of Excel. They ask for either Power BI or Tableau. Most times they ask for either Power BI or Tableau, and then they ask for your SQL. Very important. They ask for your SQL. So after that, depending on the nature of the job you're taking on, some ask for Python or R programming. Some ask for Python or R programming. Some ask for Looker. Yeah, I've seen companies that ask for Looker before. Some ask for Looker. So the truth is, can you learn all this software? You can. Yeah, if you have that ample time, you can. Maybe if you have years, but then the truth is, even if you learn all the softwares, you don't need all the softwares to get on the job. In fact, if you learn all the software, you will realize that you will get on the job, and then everything you will need is not more than two, maybe two, maximum of three, maybe maximum of three on the job. That's the truth. That's true. I was on call with my coach. My coach is actually in the UK at the moment, and then we always have our conversation once in a while. And then at the point she was telling me that we are trying to do something on, was it a Z? She was like, when was the last time she worked on a Z? That the truth is, most of the things she's doing now, it is as the job demands. What she do majorly is to go to SQL to query, and then give them reports. It depends on the organization you are working. That's what will determine the kind of tools that you be requested. Okay, so let's go to market demand. Market demand. In markets at the moment, these are the top data analytics skills that employer wants. And the one leading is your SQL. Most companies now demand for knowledge of SQL. Most companies, they demand the knowledge. So if you want to build a career in data analytics, I'm not saying that if you want to use data analytics to build your business, if you are using data analytics to build your business, wow, you can survive with only ordinary Excel. Yeah, I can assure you that. I can assure you that you can survive with ordinary Excel. You can run your business, your own personal products, your own personal business with ordinary Excel. What you do majorly is bookkeeping, and then from your bookkeeping, you can keep record of your pricing. You can have a kind of quick search. You can do some things. Yeah, you can do a lot of things with Excel. However, if you are looking to build a career, you can just show emoji. You can just use
Yeah, yeah,
emoji
yeah, yeah,
anytime.
correct.
Thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much. So,
Yeah.
before we got here, we discussed about the types of analytics we have, and then I can remember really. I said we have a descriptive analysis, we have diagnostic analysis. I said we have prescriptive analysis, and then after the prescriptive analysis, I remember that I said we have the what? What's the last one? Pre. Have you guys been following?
Yes,
Prescriptive
sir.
analysis. Prescriptive
Thank you
analytics.
so much. Okay, so the it is we have prescriptive and predictive. Predictive analysis. So and then from there we looked at the tools, and then at the moment we are on the market demand. And then talking about the market demand, I remember vividly I said that for the market demand at the moment in 2024, the most data analytics skill that employee wants is actually SQL. Is actually SQL. No, part of our introduction, we ought to have been able to discuss about data analytics in Nigeria itself. The truth is, if you are looking to venture into data analytics as a career, the truth is, I will say this not to cajole you, not to maybe give you false hope, or maybe let me even say not to even motivate you. Let me use that word. Maybe not to even motivate you, because I'm saying that to say that the truth is, at the moment, Nigeria is one of the countries that is underutilizing data analysis. That's the truth. Nigeria is one of the country that is underutilizing data analytics. And then one of the major reasons is because data are not really available in Nigeria. Data are actually not really available in Nigeria. And then because of that, most people, they, at the moment, people that might really be very busy with work in Nigeria at the moment are actually database administrators, because companies now are trying to build up database for themselves. That's the truth. Companies are trying to build up the database for themselves, and then trying to build up the database for themselves. They need more of administrators. They need more of people that can actually help them to build the database. And at the moment, one of the best software they use in database building up is our R programming. Microsoft Excel can be a very good tool. Microsoft Excel, in fact, it is one of the underutilized tools in Nigeria at the moment. Like generally, Microsoft Excel is one of the underutilized tools, because that guy That guy can do a lot. That guy can You can use that guy to create a database, and then creating your database on Microsoft Excel, you can import it to Microsoft Excel to analyze it and your data easily, easy flow, very easy flow. However, because of the fact that in Nigeria at the moment, the company using the data analytics most are the financial company. Yeah, financial. We have financial analysis. They are the financial companies. Your banks do they use data analyst, accounting student for accounting students. You having a very strong knowledge of the data analytics is actually a great plus for you. It's a great plus for you because by the time you are pitching yourself and they know that you can actually help them in analyzing their data. Wow, but that's actually enough in leverage for you. It's actually enough. The course I did with CFI, they are majorly accounting tools. They are majorly accounting tools, financial tools. So we were able to see how you can actually leverage all those things. However, it's just a plus. It's just a plus. It's just a plus. So and then which discussed about the BI tools. I said for the BI tools at the moment, we have your Power BI, you have your Tableau. They are the major data visualization tools that you are using at the moment. Then you have your Excel, you have your Microsoft Excel. It can be your Microsoft Excel, it can be your spreadsheet, it can be your spreadsheet. So that guy, if Excel, in fact, some guys got job with ordinary Excel. Some guys they got job with just Excel and they are doing very fine on the job. And then another guys who run to is your Python. Python. By the time you are planning to build career in data analytics, to start with, you might not need Python. In fact, for the first 5-10 years, you might be able to escape from Python. You might be able to escape from Python. I've been working on a project for close to a year now, and I've only been limiting myself to Excel for now. By the time I'm done with Excel, I'm taking the project to SQL. As much as possible, running away from Python. As much as possible, running away from Python. But then, by the time you are scaling high in your project, in your data analytics career, possibly to become a senior data analyst, or you are looking to transit to data scientist or data engineering, those are the career paths. In data analytics, you have two ways you can go around with your career path. You can actually go from being a data analyst to being a entry level data analyst to be a mid level data analyst to be a senior level data analyst. But if you don't want to go through that route, you can move from being a data analyst to be a data scientist and to be a data engineer. I will advise you, yeah, some guys have passion for data science, machine learning, to data engineer. Yeah, some guys have passion for it. But then the truth is, I will tell you not to jump class. Start with your data analytics. You know, in my first class, in the first class I had with students, one of the students that actually posted me, she said at that moment she was undergoing data science training, and then just all of a sudden she was within our conversation. She said they just came to their school that day, and then they were asking them which of these data scientists can actually use SQL, and which of them can actually use Excel. Like they were puzzled, and the reason is because Excel they are not teaching them as a data scientist. SQL they are not teaching them as a data scientist. These are primary tools for the data analyst. So now, when you guys know that you will demand it from these guys before you can give them job, so why are you not putting it in their school calendar? So data scientists actually focus majorly on R programming and other machine learning. They always try to jump data analytics tools. But then this is Nigeria. Nigeria will expect just one person to be able to do 2 or 3 men's job. So that is why you have to brace up. Follow through, data analyst, then you can develop yourself to be a data scientist, then you can develop yourself to be a data engineer. Those are the guys balling. So apart from that, so you can see we have our Python, we have our R, our ETL. Your ETL is a shortcut. It means extract, transform, and load. By the time we get to under our Power Query, that's one of the tools we use. You have your statistics, then you have your SAS, you have your grid, and you have your non-SQL. So those are the demand for 2024. Okay, let me try and rush so that we can. Okay, yeah. I want to briefly talk about the pay for data analyst. In US at the moment, per month, the average pay for data analyst is $5,443. In fact, I was I was on a session with someone recently, and then the truth is, I was telling the person that, guy, if you are really looking to japa, I'm not encouraging you to japa. If you are really looking to japa, the truth is, one of the best skills to learn in Nigeria before you leave, and that will stabilize you very fast over there, is data analysis. That will stabilize you very, very, very fast over there is data analysis. I have a friend in the UK. He went there for his masters. When they got there, his wife did a data analytics training over there, and then immediately after her training, she was able to get a job. Before then, after her training, she was able to get a job. After some months, she was able to get a job as a data analyst. The truth is, her salary alone can bear all the burden of the family, like conveniently, easily. That, in fact, still pay some staff in Nigeria. Still pay some staff for their startup in Nigeria. That was how chilling they were. That was how chilling they were. So I'm saying that not to encourage somebody to run away, but then I'm saying that to say that the truth is, this guy data analysis, every company out there, they are actually looking for them. The demand is getting much more increased by the day. So now this masterclass is to open your eyes to two things, or in two directions. Number one direction, how to grow your business or your personal life as an individual with the power of data analysis. By saying the power of data analysis is by saying that you getting more deliberate about making a more informed decision. At times I'll just be like, I want to pay for this. I will not do my cost. I'll do my calculation. Some of you guys do it also. That is data analysis as minute as that. By the time I'm doing, oh, if I buy this thing now, it's 5,000 naira. This one is 5,000 naira. Oh, but then this one is 25,000 naira. That 25,000 naira is too much. Oh, it's too much. I can't afford 25,000 naira. But then this thing is something that will be needing maybe more often. A month, 25,000 naira. 5 months, a month, 5,000 naira. 5 months, 25,000 naira. Okay, okay. Let's say 7 months, 25,000 naira. You're like, if I'm paying a month times 25, 5 times 7, that's 35,000 naira. Wow. And if I'm paying 25,000 naira now, I'll be able to use it for the next 7 months. So if I can buy a chunk now, I've saved myself 10,000 naira. Data analysis is as simple as that. When it comes to your personal endeavor, it's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. And the other angle we are teaching data analysis from is you building a career in data analysis. If you are good in data analysis, if you are staying in your present job, you have a very high chance of scaling to managerial position easily. You have a very high chance of scaling to managerial position easily, because they know that you are not making decisions based on intuition. You are making a data-driven decision. So without much ado, let's jump to our live session. Let's jump to our live session, and after our live session, we can have our question and answer. So let me bring this down. Let me bring this down. For the meantime, stop presenting. Then so that's okay. I'm trying to get to my Excel sheet at the moment. So I'm sharing my screen right now. Yes. Once you can see my screen, please let me know. Okay, you
Yeah,
can see my
it's
screen
coming
now.
up. Yeah, yeah, it is up now.
Okay, so we have our Excel sheet. So anytime we are analyzing our data, okay, so welcome to Excel class. And then about Excel is one of the most used tools to a large extent. To an extent, let me use the word to an extent, because it's actually help you with some things easily. And then the easiest tool to use in data analytics is actually your Excel sheet. That's the easiest tool to use in your data analytics. And let me perform a magic now. It's not really a magic as such, but then let me just try to just uh, when while in class, you guys sent me your mail. Let me check. You guys sent me your mail, and then why can you see this? Can you see your emails? So when after I copied all the emails out, this was how it looked on my notepad. I had to copy the timestamp. I had to copy all these guys. So the first edit I had was that these emails. I think I have about 60 something mails over here. So the question is, am I going to be cleaning these guys one after the other? Delete this. Come here, come and delete this. Delete everything one after the other. I said no, I can't do this. So everything I did was that I copied this. I copied that, and then immediately I copied, I took it straight to my Excel sheet. Copy. Let's go back to my Excel sheet. Okay, I've copied that Excel sheet notepad. So what I did was that I picked a column here and I pasted this guy over here. Oh, to an extent, maybe because I've worked on this before, it splitted it for me immediately. Possibly because I've worked on this guy before. Can you see it splitted this guy for me immediately to a large extent? Yeah, because I've worked on it before. Can you see that it's put others in separate columns, and then I have my mail, ordinary mail, in a separate column. So I can easily copy this mail and then just make do with this mail alone, because this is the only thing I want. So the function I used over here is what we call text to column function. It's not really a magic. It's something very easy on Excel. It is what is called text to column function. Let's see. So um, for this, um, when you are using your text column, there's something we call delimiter. And then we have your data. Let's talk about the interface generally. Clean this. On this your Excel, your this your cell, and then on this your cell number. This box over here is to show your cell number. Is to show you the cell you are working on, and then from there we have this your tools. We have your copy, you have your cut, you have your paste, you have your font over here. You want to manipulate, work around your font size, the color of your text you want to fill. This is what we call format painter. This guy over here is what we call format painter. What format painter does is that it helps you to copy the format in a cell to another cell. That's what your format painter does. And then after that you have your page layout. you have your page layouts. On your page layouts, that's where you can walk around your. So sorry, I'm getting distracted over here. Okay, so on your page layouts, that's where we have all your. Okay, that's where we have your fonts. Okay, after that we have your alignment. Rather, you have your alignment. You have your left alignment. You have your right alignment. You have your center alignment. You have your top alignment. You have your your mid alignment, and then you have this. This is what we call orientation. It is used to change the orientation of your text. It is used to change the orientation of your text. This under our number, there's something called data type. Something called data type. If you want to change your data type, possibly you are working with dates, you are working with currency, you are working with time, you are working with percentage, you are working with fraction. This is where you can change your data type so that your Excel can understand what you are working on. This guy over here is what we call conditional formatting. I wish you can have a quick look into conditional formatting, but then that is if time permits. The conditional formatting is one of the best tools to use on Excel. It's a very fantastic tool. A very fantastic tool. And then we have our formatting as table, our cell format. We have our insert. If you're inserting a new cell, or a new row, a new column, then if you want to delete, then you have your calculations over here, your functions. You have your auto sum, your sum. Under here, you can have your average, your count number. You have your maximum. You can have your minimum. So then you have your sorting. Filtering and sorting is one of the tools we use for data cleaning. You know, when we're defining our data analytics, we say it's a process of examining examining, cleaning. So when you're examining your data, you don't only examine, you also clean your data. You also clean your data. One of the best tools to use in your data cleaning is filtering and sorting. You filter away the ones you don't want, and then you can easily sort from there. Then you have your find, replace options. And then from there, you have all these your inserts. You have all this. I'm just trying to do a kind of quick look at your interface. I spent about two classes on interface actually, because the truth is once you get familiar with the general interface of your Excel, you are as good as knowing how to use Excel. Once you familiarize yourself with the interface, you know all these guys on the interface and what each of them are used for. You are as good as knowing the major things on Excel. So it's now a question of how curious you are. So your curiosity will spawn a solution in your mind. And then once a solution has been spawned in your mind, it's a question of where will I get it on my Excel page. So you now having a proper understanding of your Excel page now comes in. So here we have our charts, we have our table, we have our pivot chart. Then we have this our slicer, our timeline. These are called features. These two, they are called features. So then we have all these our page layouts. We don't really need average with page layouts. We are not printing. Then after that we have your formulas. We have formulas. We have a lot of formulas in Excel, a lot of functions. And then the truth is you can't cram all the formulas in Excel. You have a lot. You have a lot. It is as needed that you be using them. Just that in data analytics, you will learn the basic ones. For example, one of the most important tools for you in data analytics is your VLOOKUP. We have something called VLOOKUP. We have your HLOOKUP, all these logical statements. Yeah, your logical statements, your sum if, your not, your or, all these your logical statements. They are good. You need them as a data analyst, especially when you are in the financial field. You need all those. That's then under your data, you have ways of getting data on your interface. There are different ways to get data on your interface. And then in this class, I will be showing you how to get data with your test or CSV file. With this guy, your test or CSV file. Your test or CSV file. So your CSV file is what we call comma separated values. They are comma separated values. I will show you an example of test file. And then by the time we bring it to Excel, we will see how it looks like. Yeah, we'll see how it looks like. So then you can get your data from pictures, you can get it from other sources. Then this is what we call query. If you want to query your data set, this is linking with Power Query. There's something we call Power Query on Excel. Please don't mind me. I'm trying to rush you guys through the interface so that I can go into the live session. So But then once you understand all this, by the time I'm picking, you'll be able to know, oh, this is what this guy picked, this is what this guy picked. So that by the time you are practicing on your own, the data set I'll be using today, I'll give it to you guys. So that by the time you are practicing, you will know what to practice with. So then we have our sorting already. We discussed about that. We have our filter already. Then this is test column. This test column, that's the function I said I used to change the test to put the test on different column. This guy, test to column. Then we have our remove duplicate function. Remove duplicate. We have our validation, data validation function. This is our data validation function. And then we have all these other forecast guys. Then under your review, we have your review spelling check. Under your view, how your page layout is, and so forth. So let's come back home. Let's come back home. Let's see. This is the data set we'll be working with. Notepad one. Notepad one. So this is the data set we'll be working with. I believe you can see my screen. I believe you can see my screen. So this is what we'll be working with, and then this is a data set of a car. This is a car inventory. This is a car inventory. So for this data set, we have been given a list of cars. We have been given a list of cars. We have been given their make. We need to calculate. We need to get their model. We need to get their model full name. Then we have been given the total mileage each of the car as covered. We need to get the manufacture year. We need to get the age of the car. We need to the color. We have been given the name of the car owner, and then we have been given the total mileage each car has actually done. So, and then also from this, we have to conclude whether it is under warranty or not, whether the car is still covered by warranty or not. Then we have to form new car ID. Yeah, this is a notepad. This is a notepad. So we need to bring this notepad to our Excel. Under this, we should have. Okay, I think I've deleted this from here. We should have the list of these our cars. So if I've deleted it, that means in class we have to come up with name for all these cars. That should not be a problem. In class, we should come up with the name of all these cars. So let me get back to my Excel since I've shown you the data set already. Let's go back to Excel. So what we'll be doing next is that we will be bringing the data inside this guy. We'll be bringing the data inside this guy. And how are we going to do that? We are going to use our data, then get data command. So since I'm getting data, I can use my test of CSV file. Test of CSV file. Then I can go and check where it is on my system. Where did I drop this guy? It should be under my download. It should be under my download. Yeah, car inventory. Car inventory. Car inventory. Yeah. Okay, I think because of the okay, I believe this guy at the moment will not be showing. Let me see. This guy at the moment will not be showing. So let me add this guy on board for you guys. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is how it looks like when I brought it out. So this guy is what we call your power query. This guy is what we call. Don't forget that over here on the original data set, what we had was not something this clean. What we had was this. This is what we had. We have it scattered like this. However, Power Query has a way of detecting the limiter itself, and it has a way of structuring your data set. Power Query has a way of structuring your what? Your data set. So that is why immediately we did that, Power Query identified that, oh, actually want. So if you notice, there's what we call delimiter here, and under this delimiter, what we picked here is tab. Let me go back. Let me pick column. Can you see that this guy is giving me everything as it should be, just stringing everything together? So, but then because the Power Query has power to detect auto delimiter itself, so that's why it was easy to detect that, okay, the delimiter over this guy so is tab. So your delimiter can be a space, it can be a semicolon, it can be equal to sign, it can be a comma, it can be a column, it can be anything. So what you need to do when you are using your CSV file or your text file is that you must know the delimiter on what you are doing. So because the delimiter over here is tab, so immediately we click on tab, it will restructure our data sets and put them in columns that they should be. So now, under our skills required for in 2024 for data analyst, one of the skills we saw there was ETL. And I said ETL means extract, transform, and load. And that's the sequence of data analytics. So the first thing we did when we are importing our kind inventory data set is what they call extract. Now, over here, we have two options. Down here, we have two options of either loading or transforming. We have the options of either loading or transforming. So according to our ETL rule, once you extract, the next thing that should come over is your transform. So don't jump process. Let's go to our transform. So again, transform. Let me add the Power Query to the screen so that you guys can see. Yeah. So this is what your Power Query looks like. This guy over here, this is what your Power Query looks like. It is still loading our data sets. This is how your Power Query looks like. So Power Query is one of the best guides to use for your data manipulation when it comes to your Excel and your Power BI. Those guys, their Power Query is actually fantastic. Their Power Query is actually fantastic, especially when you get to Power BI. Power Query it helps you for some easy data manipulations, for some easy works compared to when you are using your normal Excel sheet. So the truth is, most people have been using Excel sheet for a long while, and most of them has never touched what we call Power Query before because they don't even know what it is used for. They don't know. So anyway, there's no crime in not knowing. There's no crime in that. There's no offense in that. So, but then this is how our typical Power Query looks like. And then for our Power Query, we have some other functions on our Power Query, but then we are not going into that for now. So then we can now load, close and load. That is when your ETL is complete. You extract, you transform, and then you load. So now I can go back to our Excel sheets. Can go back to our Excel sheet. This guy is still loading. Oh, not bad, not bad. We have something to use. We have something to work with. Yeah, I don't like this color. I don't like all this coloration. Most of the times I love to keep it as simple as possible. Anyway, because of our class, I will not be going into all those details. I will not be going into all those. So now this is what we call feature. You want to feature this is your filtering and sorting tools. So under here we can see that we have CR, we have FD, we have GM, we have HO, we have HY, we have TY. Okay, so let's create another table. Let's create another table. Don't go too far, my dear. So let's create another table. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we have it already here. So we don't need to create a table again. We have it already here. So our CR is Chrysler, our HY is Hyundai, our TY is Toyota, our HO is Honda, our GM is General Motors, then our FD is Ford. Okay, since we have that already, that means that we are already on a very good pedestrian. So let's move. So what is the first task we are given? What is the make full name? Hmm. What is the make full name? We should have more than this. We should have another data set apart from this. We should have another data set apart from this. Let me see. Am I the one that's okay? I imported everything. We should have another name apart from this, and then that's because of the fact that we have make, we have model. So and then our model full name also is another thing. So our model full name is not on the data set we imported. That's not a problem. For the purpose of this class, we can go on with that. So for make full name, we have our make here. So what we need to do is full name for this guy. This is FD. Let's come back to our here. FD is what? FD is Ford. So we can easily come here and say Ford. Okay, so you can easily be typing for first one Ford. Look, this is also FD Ford. But then this is a bad way to do it, because as soon as you have about 10,000 data sets, you are working with a big company, and you have about 10,000 data sets of cars. Will you be writing the make one after the other? Definitely no. So that is why we have something we call VLOOKUP. That's why we have something we call VLOOKUP. I'm feeling VLOOKUP is maybe too early to actually teach. I'm feeling maybe VLOOKUP is actually too early to teach. But then, for the purpose of the class, I will just let me just follow the sequence. Or better still, let's do the easier ones first before we come back to this guy. Let's do the easier ones first before we come back to this guy. But then we know that what we are doing here is that we are writing the names of the make. Okay, GM is what? GM is General Motors. Yeah, General Motors. TY is what? I think TY is Toyota. Yeah, Toyota. Can you see? You can keep on writing, but then the truth is, if you are dealing with voluminous data sets, this will wear you out. So don't do this. For model, from this our car ID, our model is the middle three numbers here. This guy over here, FD, that's our make. O6 is talking about the year. O6 is talking about the year. MTG is the model. Then the last one, 001, that is our serial number. As our serial number. However, the truth is this data set is not, we have not done data cleaning over here. We've not done data cleaning. So by the time we are analyzing our data, we encounter some errors. I'm 100% sure about that. So we'll solve those errors as we are encountering them. So we don't need to panic yet. So since we know that this is our data model, this is our model MTG over here. So I can easily come here and be writing MTG. Next one too, MTG. Next one too, MTG. And then once I get here, FSF, FCF, This is a bad approach, actually. Yes, it is inside this place. It's a bad approach. So let me teach you the formula to use for this guy over here. So we have what we call the mid formula. Formula functions on a Z. So the function that I'll be using here is what we call mid. So I can type my mid. So Excel will check through and he has given me, okay, this is mid. Okay, I can click on this guy and say, okay, which test, middle of this, which test? I'm working with this guy. Okay, where is it starting? So you can now say, oh, it started from 1, 2, 3, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It started from 5, character number 5. 5. Then how many characters? Our models are just 3 characters. They are just 3. So type your 3 and then you can close your bracket. Can you see? It picked MTG for us. And then with this, we can easily come here. This guy over here, let it turn to black like this, then double click down. Yeah, it's still this is because of something else. It's, assuming we have filled these guys over here, it will have filled down. So that's a way of doing it. If you don't want to do it like that, this is another way of doing it. I have this already. I can come down. I can come down to the last one. This is the last one. Press my Ctrl D. What I pressed just now is Ctrl D. That's a function. That's a function. So now, even looking at it now, I've seen some errors already. For example, this guy over here is giving me 0 OD. So there's already an error here. There's already an error here. Yeah, 0 OD. Because all my models should be with alphabets. So I can come back to come and check here under my filtering and sorting. I can see this is the only guy with error. This is Camry, this is car, this is CIV, this is CMR, this is Corolla, this is LR, this is FSF, this is MTG, this is ODY, this is PTC, this is SLV. So this is the one that has number. So I can filter others away and bring only this guy out. This is what we call filtering. This is the process of filtering. Can you see? It has filtered away every other ones. We are only left with this guy. So notice, errors in your data set are always human error. When they are doing data entry for this guy, it is human. They always employ people to come to as data entry, for data entry. So it is people that always compute this data. And then once it is human, definitely there will be an error. No man is 100% perfect. No man. So definitely you will always have an error. So let's come back here. So we can see that the last 3 numbers are our serial number. This is serial number 040. This is ODY. This is the make year. So this is where the error is 010. So this is year 2001 car. The person added extra 0. So can do this. So can you see that immediately we did that? Can you see it changes back to ODY straight up? Anytime, this is one of the advantages of using your formulas. Anytime you make corrections on your principal column, it's automatically changed. You don't need to be going back and front to be typing again, to be doing this again. We are now in a kind of automation world. So to a large extent, automate all your process. I mean, I practice as a concept of you. You know, a client messaged me in around January and he was telling me that, oh, this, that, can you help me with this, and that? And I did the work for the guy. And then after some while, he came back to me. He said, oh, I need to correct this. This will be a lot of things on your edge. Please help me know how to do this. Like immediately I just told the guy, I said, this is Excel sheet. I'm using Excel sheet for my taking off. And then the truth is, for my taking off, I have automated everything. If you're changing any figure, if you're changing any value, if you're changing any height in anything, the only thing I need to change on my Excel sheet is just that thing you changed. Immediately, every other thing will change automatically. So instead of me starting all over again to be effecting all your changes, to be doing this, I automate all my process. So that's one of the importance of learning data analytics. It helps you because at times you will notice that some of these tasks you are doing, they are actually recurrent tasks. They are actually recurrent activities. So you automating your process will actually save you to an extent, ample time, so that you can use that time for other things. So immediately it did its change. On the north, if I'm using traditional method, I'm sure I will have spent maybe a whole day, because reinforcement is something that can kill you. You know, you have to use a whole day on it. Changing height and reinforcement on just one place, it will change for everything. What the only thing I did was that I picked my Excel sheet and I typed the new height and everything changed, even to the last product. And I just turned everything to PDF within 5 minutes and sent back to him. I was like, wow. So this is automation world. You don't need to disturb yourself about so many things. So that's after that we can clear our feature again, clear feature so that all these guys can come back. Okay. So now model full name. We should have add model full name under this. You can compute. This will be your assignment. This will be your assignment. All these model names we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. You can compute a model name, a car model name that correlates with all these acronyms. With all these acronyms, the formula we'll be using over here, VLOOKUP, use the same thing to populate this. Somebody is asking that we are in a free class, in a master class, a kind of webinar, and you're giving us assignments. Yes, I'm giving you assignments. So do your assignment and submit your assignment. Do your assignment. So, but then that is just to ensure that you understand what we are doing over here, because it is what we are doing over here that you also put over here. We are using VLOOKUP there also. So for this one, manufacturer year, we said manufacturer year is this guy. This 06, 06, 08, 08, this two. So the formula we use over here is also very good over here. So we can do manufacturer year equals to middle, can do middle of which of this guy. So where is it starting from? It's starting from 0. That is 1, 2, 3. That is 3. How many do we have? It's just 2. 2. Then close the bracket. Okay, yeah, we have 06. Don't forget this guy over here is a number. It should be. It's a number. So let's change our data type. Manufacturer here to why is this guy not bringing it out? So the same thing that we did the other time. Go down. Press your Ctrl D. I want to check something. Equals to 15 minus this. Okay. The reason why I did that was that for your tests, for your numbers, this should actually be left alignment. Yeah, I've seen some errors over here again. Can you see? We have 06 here instead of 06. This place too, we have 09. So, but then I will not correct it now. So that you can see an error we encounter on the way. I will not correct it now. So now we want to see the age of the car. This is 2024, if I'm correct. Abi, this is 2024. So if we want, this is 06, that is 2006. 06 means 2006. 08 means 2008. This 96, we are not in 2086 yet now. So this means 1996. This means 1998. So and if you want to, anyway, it will be an headache. You can easily maybe come back here and type this one to be 2006. So if you type this to be 2006, then you compute it down for everything and the likes. The truth is, to an extent, it will wear you out. So instead of doing this, we know that the last 2 digits here is 06. So and then if we have 2006, we have 2024. So we know that if we are doing the subtraction here, it is still the same thing as equals to this one minus this guy. That is what? That is 18 years. Not bad. So this guy is still the same thing as saying equals to 24 minus 06, which is still our 18 years. Can you see? So instead of going this long route, just pick your 24 and your 06. That is very fine. So let's go back. Let's say equals to, we are in 2024, 24 minus this guy. Can you see? 18 years. I want this guy just Then I can do the same thing. Come here, click, double click this guy. Can you see that's turned to black? Double click this guy. Once it's double click, can you see it fill down? It fill down. It should fill to this place also. So it fill down. Can you see this guy is writing value? That is an error over here. Let's come back. Let's do our filtering and sorting again. Close everything. Can you see we have negative, negative, negative? We can't have negative in here now. So, but then we'll still sort that one later. Let's click on our value first. Okay, so we have these guys. So can you see that this guy is 06 instead of 06? This guy is 09 instead of 09. This guy is 05 instead of 05. So that is human error. So what you need to do is that come back here, change this guy back to 0 instead of O. Change this guy back to 0 instead of O. That's part of your data cleaning. Change this guy back to 0. Can you see immediately we change those? Can you see that it gave us accurate answer without going back to our formula table? So we are done with that. We can come back here. Clear filter. Now you will notice that we have negative. Yeah, this is a negative. But then 2024 minus 1999, it should not be giving us negative. But then we are having a negative here because of the fact that we are using the last 24. We are not using 2024 minus 1999. Computer does not understand that. Computer will never understand that. So that is where our logical function comes in. That is where our logical function comes in. So we are going to tell computer that, guy, if you see this thing, if you see that this guy is lesser than 24, then that means that we are on the same page. Just minus that stuff from 24. However, if you see that this guy is actually bigger than 24, there's fire on the mountain. Please don't do like that. Do something else entirely. So for this guy, so it's just you saying that we have 2024. Let me come and use here. 2024. We have 1999. You know, with the initial value we did 24, 1999. Is that not what a bit 99 rather? 99 rather. So with the initial value we did was that equals to this minus this. That's 25. Then this also be equals to this. No, rather this minus this. Can you see minus 75? So there's something wrong over here, and that's because this 19, this 20, that is already a long period of time. So that is where we have the logical statement. So the logical statement to use over here is what we call the if statement. The if statement. So let's practicalize our if statement here. Equals to if it asks us what's the logical test. If this guy is greater than 24, my guy, if this guy is greater than 24, then we have to do a kind of calculation over here. Do into bracket 100 minus this guy close bracket plus 24, comma, but then if not, just do 24 minus this guy, close brackets. Let's see. Can you see? So we now have the same 25 over here. We have it over here. So what's the simple logic behind what I did now? What I did just now is that I'm telling my Excel sheet that you guys, you need to understand something. That there is a generation between 1990, all this 1990 generation. By the time we go to year 2000, that's another generation entirely. That's another century entirely. So you need to understand that. So, and the only way you need to understand that, you can understand that, is that once this guy we have over here, this 99 over here, is bigger than our current year, which is 24, then first and foremost, remove what we have over here from 100 first. This is what that's why we did it here. Remove it from 100 first. So by the time you do 100 minus 99, it will give you 1. So you are saying, oh, okay, so if whatever you get over there, then now add it with the 24, because the 24 is additional year. So that is why we add our 25 over here. So this is our logical statement, the if statement. So since we have been able to establish this over here and we got our answer, so I can easily just copy here. I can easily copy here. Then I can bring it to, I can clear all these guys out. Clear this guy out. Then I can use my paste over here. Okay, I can copy, go back, go and copy. Copy our formula, our if condition over here. Put it over here. Paste. Okay, now we have another error entirely. We have a new error. Let me see where the error is coming from. Let me come and type it normally. I'm feeling this cell is having issue. I'm feeling this cell, this particular cell is having issue. Okay. Okay. No problem with that. Let's go over this again over here. Equals to logical statement. If if this guy is greater than 24, which is our current year, then we can have our equals to, am I pressing out? We can have our 100 minus this guy, greater than, less than, equals to, okay, plus 24. If not, just do 24 minus this guy. There's an I'm observing an error. Let me trace the error from my own end. 06 exactly. I'm observing an error. It's still the same thing. 608. Yeah, that's the formula. Our formula is correct. Our formula is so much correct. Okay. I think you guys can see my screen, right? If I'm correct. Okay, I can't. mileage, year of the car, this number. Okay. So it's loading all over again. If you have any question, you can start dropping your question inside the chat box. You can start dropping your question inside the chat box. If you have any question, you can start dropping your questions inside the chat box. Let me see. Okay, I can see someone is saying that this should be an interactive class. Zainab Odonloku. This is not the case with real life. There will always be error in data. You definitely can't run. That's not the case with real life. There will always be errors in data. Yeah, and I think I believe I mentioned that. And then definitely, uh, I would have to use data devoid of errors. Okay. You are responding to Mr. Ajas Jones. Yeah, the truth is, in real life, you will always have errors. That one is inevitable. That one is inevitable. Okay, so oh, I lost all these guys already. Someone's mic is on. Okay, so let me just address this
Come.
noise.
Hello.
I'm with you.
Sorry, I have a suggestion, like as regards to the at that age that we are trying to pass the argument. So now I think we passed argument that if it is greater than 24, it should do this. Do we need to pass an agreement that okay, if it is less than 24, it should do this? Maybe that's why we are getting it. We're not getting the right answer. What do you think? Just
About that, this same argument. Okay, let's check the argument. This less than. Thanks for that. If this is less than 24, oh, okay, that's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. Thank you so much for that. That's. But then the arguments. What actually baffled me with that is that the argument actually works fine over here. In fact, we use a greater than argument here, and then it worked fine. In fact, we
is
used our
actually
06 here.
it's actually because
We used our,
the value here is greater than 24. I
okay,
think,
now
yeah, I think.
wait. Okay. This is it now. At the moment, we have a value lesser than 24 at the moment. This is 6. This is 6 over here. And then we have the greater than here. And then we are still having our answers to be 18 over here. So because if we should we are using less than here, we are having our answer 18. This is our less than sign. And then the same value, the same thing, we are using greater than over here for the same thing. This is greater than sign, and we are getting the same value. Then something is actually fishy. Something is actually fishy. But then we don't have time to go to check the. Okay, this is an error because this is an error because. Okay, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. Yes, our control D. Now we have some errors over here already, and those errors is because our data are not actually clean. So we can do our filtering. Value, come back here. We have 3 of them. I think we cleaned this before. So it is 0 instead of O. We have 0 instead of O. We have 0 instead of O. So and then with that we can resolve that. So we can clear all our features. We can clear our features. So having cleared our features, I think we have done this already. Mid middle of this starting from 1 2 3 4 5. Then we have 3 numbers. Then we can drag down, have our control D. Okay, so for our miles per year, we have our year already, we have our miles already. It's just simple calculation. Miles done already divided by the numbers of year. But then we have another headache with this. So we can easily do this. Then we can easily drag down. So this one have calculation for our miles per year already. Please you can mute yourself, please. If you are not talking, please you can mute yourself. Okay, so the warranty miles per year. This guy, your warranty mile is 5,000. Your warranty mile is 5,000. This guy has done 2,240 already. So this is still covered under warranty. So this could have been yes. However, we can't be typing yes or no. So we can introduce another if statement. If this guy is greater than whatever we have here, then then return then return covered. However, if it's not greater than not covered. So here is covered. You can have it all the way down. Covered, 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 not covered. So which means wait. Oh, okay. I want to use. I can't use this. This is warranty covered. This is warranty used. This is the warranty miles. This is the numbers of miles that's covered already. This is mile per year. So that's an error. So it is equals to if that's an error. If this guy is greater than this, then we can have covered. If not, they have not covered. Okay, I can do this again. Still given equals to if forming the formulas. Okay, okay. Now, so I can easily do conditional formatting over here. I can easily do conditional formatting over here. Conditional formatting. Test rule. Test that contains covered. Not covered. So to show it in red. So with this, I know I can easily know the ones that are not covered under the warranty again. That's why I have to use this. So now let's jump on this guy before we are going to use our VLOOKUP function here. We are going to use our concatenation function here. Those two guys, and then we are done for the day. VLOOKUP function over here, and we are going to use our concatenation function over here. This is our this box is our assignment. That's why we are not doing this guy. So for VLOOKUP, we said we have this guy over here, FD, GM, TY, and the likes, and then we have their name down there. So I can easily come here and be saying Ford. I can come here saying General Motor, the likes and the likes and the likes. But then, if I'm working with a voluminous data set, I won't be able to do that. So I can use our VLOOKUP option function. We have what we call VLOOKUP, which means vertical lookup, and then we have what we call HLOOKUP, which means horizontal lookup. So for now, what we are looking at is our vertical. We are looking for this guy, whatever is here. We are looking for it in our table array. What's our table array? This is our table array. We are looking for it over here. Then column index. We are checking at column index 2. Column in this is column 1. This is column 2. We are looking at column index 2. And then we want it to be exact match. Exact match. We are looking for exact match. Then we can close this and then have this. So what what this did over here is that it went through our table, this our table over here. It went through our table over here and looked for what we are looking for, and then it's bringing out what it's the corresponding value over here. That's what we are doing over there. It's bringing out the corresponding value. So this is fault. We can easily do the same thing, but then we have errors. Can you see? We're already having errors. We've not even moved far. We're having error, and that's because of the fact that this guy keeps shifting. This guy keeps shifting. So to avoid error, there's what we call referencing on Excel. We have absolute referencing, we have relative referencing, and then we have mixed referencing. So for this kind of in this kind of situation, what we are going to use is our absolute referencing. So for absolute referencing, we are saying that we are only working with these guys. This guy, we are introducing our dollar signs for the referencing. We are confining our table array just inside this guy. We are confining our table array inside just this guy. So we can have it down. We can have it down. Have our control D. So with this, we don't need to be typing one after the other. These are VLOOKUP function. So this will look up for the whole stuff one by one from this our table array, and then it will give it to us. So lastly for tonight, we are going to be looking at our concatenation function. We want to form new ID. So to form new ID, we want our model make 1, we want our manufacture year 2, we want our, let's say we want our model again, but then this time around we want our color, the first 3 numbers of our colors. The first 3 numbers of our color, we want it here to be there. Then we want our serial number to still be maintained. So the only thing we are adding to our new code is the first 3 numbers in our color. So how do we do that? Then we can do our concatenation function. Concatenate. Concatenate. So concatenation is a means of actually merging 2 or 3 texts together. That's what the word means, concatenation. It's merging 2 or 3 texts together. So which text are we merging now? We are merging this, that's text 1. What's the next thing we are merging? The year of the car, text 2. What else are we merging? We are merging the make of the car. Then what else are we merging? We are merging the first 3 numbers here. So we can say left of this guy. We are using our left function. Left function of this guy. We are picking the first 3 characters. Then we are picking our, what's the last one we are picking? Then we are picking our serial number. We are still maintaining our serial number. So for serial number, we are maintaining right function. The right of this. We are also picking the 3 characters and then close this. The formula is missing a closing of an opening or closing parentheses. Okay, this. We have our parentheses. We have our parentheses complete over here. We have this comma. We have this comma. We have this, and then okay, we have this. So we have our new name for car. So, however, this is capital letter, this is capital letter, this black is already small letter. I want to change it to capital letter also. So I can come back here. I say upper. Nice. Use the word upper here. So using the word upper, Then I need to close this. So with this, it has changed my black also to upper case. So I can do our normal drag down. So we have our new we have our new IDs. We have our new IDs. So after that, we can what's the only graph, the major graph we can play around here. We can play around this graph. We can play around this graph to plot our scatter diagram. In fact, let's see how those guys are doing. Scattered. I want scatter plots just to see how they have been doing with their carry since. I want the scattered. Okay. Do we have any questions so far? Let me see. Any question? Please, are we going to get the video recording? Yes, you should get the video recording. Yes, we are making plan for that. You should get the video recording. Yeah. Okay. So I have all my charts. So for this, you can just play around your graphs to see how the drivers have been. I wanted to use the scatter here so that's okay. Let's see. Scatter is not giving me what I want. This is not what I want. So just to see how the cars are doing, to see the driver that is driving most, to see highest. You want to see the driver that has the highest miles. Those are the questions you can ask here. Which driver has the highest mile? Which driver has the lowest mile? How are they doing this? How are they doing that? So please, since do we have any question? Because I can't see any question in the chat box. Do we have okay? How do we submit assignments? Okay, I think I'm already checking the chat box. Oh, please look, in case you want to get data from the front instead of mid function, which other function can you use? It depends. The function you are using actually depends on where you are picking the data set from. The function you are using depends on where you are picking the data set from. If you are picking it from the first one, you can either use your right, or if you are picking from the back, you can use your right or your left. But then if you are picking in between, then you have to use your mid function. So okay, please do a screenshot of it and send to us and all next class. I'm not understanding anything here. For those who are developing analysis, are trying to understand what is meant for. I think data free from such errors. Please, can we get a function we can use in this? Can we get the functions we use in the sections? How do we submit the assignments? Just drop the assignments in my DM. That's all. Just drop the assignments in my DM. So having done that, I think we can call it a night. Thank you so much for coming around. It's great having everyone on the call. Thank you so much and enjoy. In case you have any question, feel free to enter my DM and then enjoy yourself. Enjoy the night. Thank you so much.